Reacher Season 3 gets an Alan Ritchson-sized update. Alan Ritchson is probably the biggest star in Hollywood at the moment, but that's about to change as the big guy is already in the process of shrinking down for his next role. Ritchson hinted that his work on the third season of Reacher has already come to an end as he prepares for his next projects, Motor City. The thriller, directed by Timur Bekmambetov, sees Ritchson play John Miller, a Detroit man released from prison, who goes on a twisted journey of brutal, violent retribution against those who put him in there in the first place. For the role, Ritchson will need to drop weight, get a new set of teeth, and a fine, long head of hair, a far cry from Reacher's short back and sides, and pearly whites, as he demonstrated in an Instagram reel. In his Instagram post, Ritchson referred to beginning prep for his next role, which clued fans into the fact that Reacher has likely already wrapped for its star. Ritchson has also been filming Playdate, an action comedy in which he stars alongside Kevin James, and he's also set to reprise his role as Ames, one of the chief antagonists, in the sequel to Fast X, whatever that ends up being called, while recently he also appeared in Guy Ritchie's riotously entertaining The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare alongside Henry Cavill earlier this year. When will Reacher Season 3 be released? In May, Ritchson shared the devastating news that the third season of Reacher, one of Prime Video's biggest original hits, wouldn't be released on the streaming platform until 2025 at the earliest. However, despite Ritchson's increasingly busy schedule, he is a man in demand around Hollywood. He remains steadfastly committed to the role, which made him a star for as long as he is wanted and is physically able, adding, "I owe it to the audience to explore as many of these books as my body will allow, and I owe it to the people that took a shot on me when I was a huge risk for them. They have given me a real career." Fans of Reacher were thrilled when Amazon Prime Video officially renewed the hit action thriller series for a third season. The show, based on Lee Child's Jack Reacher novels, was an instant success, drawing viewers in with its pulse-pounding action, clever twists, and the magnetic performance of Alan Ritchson as the towering, tough-as-nails protagonist. As the buzz around the third season intensifies, recent updates about its production and casting have given fans even more reason to anticipate what's next for the formidable, larger-than-life hero. The series has already captivated audiences worldwide with its gritty depiction of the stoic vigilante Jack Reacher. With Alan Ritchson reprising his role as the nomadic ex-military investigator, Reacher Season 3 is expected to be packed with more of the bone-crunching action, sharp wit, and intense confrontations that made the first two seasons so popular. The latest update comes with a deeper dive into what fans can expect, and as always, Ritchson's impressive presence looms large over the season, both literally and figuratively. The man behind the hero, Alan Ritchson's impact. It's impossible to talk about Reacher without first acknowledging the impact Alan Ritchson has had on the series. When he was initially cast as Jack Reacher, there was some skepticism. After all, the character had previously been portrayed by Tom Cruise in 2 feature films, despite the significant height difference between Cruise and Child's literary depiction of Reacher as a hulking 6'5" figure. But with Ritchson towering at 6'2", and boasting an intimidating physicality, the actor immediately won over fans. His performance, combining cold calculation with explosive, brutal strength, made him the perfect fit for the role. Ritchson has embraced the character wholeheartedly, throwing himself into intense physical training to bring Reacher's iconic stature and raw power to life. In fact, the actor recently took to social media to share updates from the set of Season 3, showcasing his training regime that includes weightlifting, fight choreography, and the mental discipline required to portray such an uncompromising, battle-hardened character. Ritchson's dedication to the role has become synonymous with the success of the show, and his involvement has only heightened fans' expectations for what's to come in the third season. But it's not just his physicality that has made Ritchson's Reacher so compelling. His portrayal adds a depth to the character that goes beyond brute force. He manages to capture Reacher's sharp intelligence, dry wit, and moral code in a way that resonates with audiences. His performance strikes a perfect balance between stoic enigma and charismatic anti-hero, making the character feel authentic and multidimensional. As updates about Season 3 trickle out, it's clear that Ritchson will continue to evolve the character, bringing new layers to the portrayal of this solitary drifter with a complex sense of justice. What we know about Season 3, as production on Season 3 kicks into gear, showrunner Nick Santora and the team behind Reacher have been tight-lipped about specific plot details. However, recent updates have hinted that the third season will likely follow the events of one of Lee Child's most popular novels. Season 1 closely adapted Killing Floor, the first book in the Jack Reacher series, and Season 2 pivoted to Bad Luck and Trouble, the 11th novel. This means the showrunners are not sticking to a chronological adaptation of Child's work, instead choosing to explore various moments in Reacher's life. Speculation is rife that season may 3rd adapt the 9th novel, One Shot, which was also the basis for the 2012 Tom Cruise-led film Jack Reacher. In One Shot, Reacher finds himself investigating a sniper who has killed 5 people in a small Indiana town. The case quickly unravels into a larger conspiracy, and Reacher's investigative prowess is put to the test. If Season 3 does take on this storyline, it would mark a return to the sharp detective work and military-style precision that made the first season so engaging. It's the kind of story that would play perfectly into Alan Ritchson's strengths, combining high-octane action with cerebral mystery solving. There's also a growing buzz that Season 3 might introduce some key characters from Reacher's past. One of the most anticipated returns is Frances Neagley, Maria Sten, Reacher's old military police colleague and one of the few people he truly trusts. Their dynamic was a standout in Season 2, with Sten and Ritchson sharing an electric, platonic chemistry that fans couldn't get enough of. Bringing Neagley back into the fold would allow the show to explore more of Reacher's backstory, offering insights into his relationships and the loyalty that drives his actions. Additionally, showrunner Santora has hinted at introducing more formidable antagonists for Reacher to face off against. Season 2 upped the ante with dangerous mercenaries and corrupt officials, but Season 3 promises to deliver even deadlier foes. The challenge will be finding villains who can go toe-to-toe with Ritchson's Reacher, both intellectually and physically. In past seasons, Reacher has often faced off against foes who underestimate him, only to regret it when his sheer strength and tactical brilliance come into play. Whoever the new antagonists are, they'll need to be worthy of Reacher's unstoppable force. What makes Reacher so popular? The secret to Reacher's success lies not just in its action-packed sequences, but also in its ability to blend gripping storytelling with a character that embodies both primal strength and moral conviction. Alan Ritchson's portrayal captures the essence of what makes Jack Reacher a beloved character in the literary world, a loner who fights for justice on his own terms, unfettered by rules or bureaucracy. Viewers have been drawn to the show's no-nonsense approach to violence and justice. Reacher is not a man of many words, but when he acts, he does so with precision and purpose. Whether he's disarming a room full of enemies or solving complex criminal conspiracies, the audience is captivated by the mix of his raw power and sharp intellect. This dynamic makes Reacher stand out in a crowded field of action thrillers. Offering more than just explosions and fistfights, it offers a protagonist who embodies the timeless struggle between good and evil, but in a distinctly modern way. The third season is shaping up to build on these strengths, with Ritchson once again at the center of the action. Fans have high expectations, especially given how the first 2 seasons set a high bar for gripping narratives, stunning fight choreography, and nuanced performances,